At Boxable, the goal of the company is to mass produce housing on a scale the world has never seen before, that was never possible before.
We have a 4-foot corridor down the middle, the front and the back door. Everything is full size in the Casita.
We want to put out one house per minute. So we're currently in the planning stages for a much bigger factory. I think we're calling it BOXZILLA.
We're up to 400,000 square feet here in less than 2 years.
We were going to get the building on the other side and then ended up getting the one in the middle. So now they're all next to each other, which is just easier.
Here's Factory 1. This will be Factory 3.
Factory 2 is coming alive. This is a brand new building, and we're already doing parts production here for our EPS foam.
And then in terms of the trailers you see behind me, we're experimenting with a lot of different designs. They can unhitch this, and the driver can go downtown like a human being and have a nice dinner.
This is a building system where we'll eventually mass produce different size rooms with different interior configurations that can get dressed up on the outside to look different so that we can build almost all different building types.
So we're engineered to be flexible. You know, I like to say that unless you're an Eskimo living in a round igloo, you're living in a rectilinear space. How that space is divided up inside comes down to local flavor, local taste. And you notice nobody watches because stupid shit like this happens so often. Everybody's like, oh yeah, you know.
Let's go back to there. This is our panel lamination line here. That's where we take the various parts of the wall panel and put them together into the actual wall panel. All that is about to get ripped out, and we're going to replace it with a fully automated line that produces hopefully one panel every 3 minutes. So huge game changer for the product cost, the labor, materials. We're not using the traditional methods to build a house. You might drive around, you know, your neighborhood and you'll see a construction site. They have hammers and nails and pieces of wood, and it's called lumber framing. And that's how they've built things for, 100 years or whatever. We looked at the problem and said, is there a better way to do this? We have all these different requirements. It has to be cost effective, has to be structurally strong, it has to resist wind, it has to be energy efficient. And we said, how can we achieve that? Maybe using a different material that meets all of those goals better. So we ended up settling for now on this laminated panel design. I don't know if that noise is too loud, but you can see actually that's the glue head extruding glue over the panel. These are laminated panels. So you'll see this is the core of the wall. So this is EPS foam. And the cool thing about doing it this way is we've dramatically reduced the number of parts in the building. So a traditional house might have hundreds of pieces of wood, thousands of little nails. We don't have all that. We have far less pieces. You can see here is a finished wall. So those parts that I was showing you before, they get assembled together about 20 minutes. Every 20 minutes, boom, a panel like this is going to pop out.
And then we did our first generation, and we actually produced several hundred of those for the Department of Defense and others, all from something that had never been built. We were in such a hurry. We just ordered like 200 of everything all at once. Yeah. And then we moved in here with 30 people, and we had to staff up to close to 200 people. And if you think about an automobile maker, they go from one factory to another, and it's like, yeah, we know how to do this, we've done this before, and bring Joe and his team over and stuff like that. And we had nobody. We just started up.
Now we're transitioning into the next gen of the product. And the first version of the product turned out great. How good is the next gen going to be now that we actually have 16 months of doing it for real? We have not just the three of us, but this whole team, all our combined brain power, everyone from the guys out on the assembly line to the engineers in the office contributing to this next design. Later this year, we'll start rolling out that next generation.
That first generation had a steel exterior skin, a magnesium oxide board on the inside, really, really nice. The new product just has cement panels on the outside and on the inside. The homes are are evolving to be basically steel, concrete, and insulation.
So by using these new materials, this allows for our universal panel design, which means we go from 13 panels to 1 panel, dramatically reducing the parts that go into that and allows us to use more automated equipment.
This feels like it would last, you know, like the Colosseum. Okay, maybe not the Colosseum, that's 2,500 years old, but very strong.
These panels are even stronger than the previous iterations. All of our panels go through extensive third-party testing, and we not only meet but exceed all existing construction materials in the field. They are listed building materials, just like other traditional construction materials such as 2x4s.
This is something that's incredibly important for the company. It's what's going to allow us to get our modular certifications in states. It's what a building department would want to see if they build a building. And this is the result of almost 18 months of a testing process where we've gone through and done every test under the sun on all our different panels, bending them, breaking them, fire, you know, everything you can imagine. And it's just a really big deal. It's a really important accomplishment, and it's going to allow us to get through a lot of these certification and permitting issues. Now people are going to start to see boxables appearing just, you know, all over the place.
Pudiera comprar una casa por menos de $100,000. Oiga, y este hombre ha desarrollado una nueva
建筑公司 BOXABL 打造的新型住房成为国。
This year is starting off strong, especially for one company. Abel Garcia joins us now live from BOXABL in North Las Vegas.
So purposefully for this Casita, we want to show customers a blank slate. What can you do? What can you dream with your own Casita? We kept the tone down so people's imagination can rise up and they can do what they want to do. And this is pretty much what will get delivered. We have a 4-foot corridor down the middle, a front and a back door. Over here we have the back of the house where we have the bedroom area, and across is of course the bathroom with our very popular 8-foot shower. And in front of me over here, just a beautiful kitchen. Big Z-Wave countertop, full-size appliances. It's only about 400 square feet, but it doesn't mean that you have to live half-sized, you know, and you can see that with the 9.5-foot ceilings. What's this? It's a back door. Why do we need the back door when you've only got 400 square feet? Barbecue, 6-pack, some friends, you're having a good time. So we picked the 4 very popular styles. Follow me and come and take a look at these. A log cabin. Who doesn't love a log cabin? And you can either dress up the whole thing or just the facade. Perhaps my personal favorite is the Caribbean. I mean, you can't live here without having a smile on your face every time you come home. And another favorite is the Adobe. One of the reasons I like the Adobe, it's very simple, it's very honest, and it's very, very affordable just to put this facade on. And then behind the Adobe is this gentleman that is fixing the contemporary. As you can see, still needs a little bit of work. Hello, Dal. Hey, you know, you just told people how hard you work, and here you are, just.
You know, I just had to kick a guy out of here. This is not a model unit anymore. This is my napping unit.
Okay.
So maybe you can tell Alexis to put a sign on the door or something.
Yeah.
All right.
So when we actually got this building, it was a brand new concrete tilt-up warehouse. So it was like an empty shell. We installed all the equipment and we got geared up and got started in production. Right next door, we were able to pick up another building. We moved in there towards the beginning of this year, and now that building is online and we're continuing to expand and grow the process.
So here we are in Factory 2, where things are really starting to come together. We've actually begun part production in here, starting with our foam. So in our last video, we mentioned how we figured out foam was our biggest target to reduce our product costs. So we actually got the equipment and got up and running with that, and we are now producing all of our foam in-house, which is saving thousands of dollars per unit. Over the next few months, a lot of the other parts manufacturing, a lot of the other CNCs will move from the other building over to here. All the shelving and racking will move over here, and then we'll install all the new equipment in the other building and just start shifting things around.
So not only are we saving a lot of money, but we're saving a lot in shipping, because we're not then taking this off and putting it on a truck from a supplier and coming in. So baby steps. This is our next step, and in the future, everything behind me here will be magically compressed to 1/60th of its size before it gets to us, and then we'll add magic potion 60x. So ever increasing levels of efficiency.
So being a part of Boxable, it really is a great experience. Being in HR, I get to see all the things that the CEO and Gally and them that they do for us. They actually hold like free lunches, like Luis said. For Christmas we get gift cards. Like, they really do look out for the employees. So it's just a wonderful place to work. Hey Johnny.
Hey Keila.
How you doing?
Doing good, how are you?
I'm doing well. You want to tell us about your foam over here?
Sure, we're chopping up a lot of styrofoam. Building just opened up just recently, and we've been going to work, getting new people in and everything.
What's the foam for?
The foam is going to go inside of the walls. So they make the floors, the walls, the partition walls, and everything.
So we cut our own foam now?
Yep, we're cutting our own foam now.
And look at this. This is our mark now too.
Yeah, it's great.
They were doing that with the Sharpies before.
Like that, yeah. Here's factory 1. This will be factory 3. And we're just directly across from the truck court, which means that we're going to be able to move raw materials from over here to over here. So it's hugely beneficial, as well as picking up all of this central space, which is very valuable space. And while we're here, let's talk trailers for a moment. Follow me. We're experimenting with a lot of different types of truck and trailer designs. These chassis cabs, short wheelbase, we will be putting our own sleeper cab. It'll be very, very slick. So it allows folks to sleep in there, watch TV, be safe at night, don't have to go to a hotel room. It's very expensive. And also, they're not going to be quarantined at a truck stop like the big rigs are. They can unhitch this and the driver can go downtown, whatever town he's in, like a human being and have a nice dinner. Another benefit of being in North Las Vegas is we're next to Nellis Airport, and one of the joys of being here is watching the guys fly over in the jets all the time. We love it. We're engineers, we're gearheads. So
traditionally, a builder might spend 6-9 months building something. They'll have weather delays. They'll have dozens of subcontractors. They'll have the framer, the electrician, the plumber, the sheeter, all this kind of stuff. And that, if they use our product, that's all gone. Boom. They do their site prep. Foundation, bring utilities up to the unit, then they come, they drop our unit down, maybe they dress it up like the ones outside, maybe they don't, they can customize it if they want, and we think that's going to be a game changer for their business. They're going to be able to deliver a higher quality product, they're going to be able to get more units out per year, offer better pricing to the customers, so many benefits if we take out all those site variables, all those custom construction variables. So we can just take a peek in here. They're just doing a final touch-up, clean-up, and then they'll actually put the refrigerator, the washer dryer, all the appliances will go in the unit. It'll fold up, and it'll get shipped out. So I don't know if you can peek in there and see what's going on. We want to put out 1 house per minute. So we're currently in the planning stages for a much bigger factory. I think we're calling it BOXZILLA. So we're looking around here at lands, trying to get it into several hundred acres, trying to get a multi-million square foot warehouse building, implement all the hardcore automation. Like if you ever go on YouTube and search car factory and you just see a sea of robot arms and amazing technology, that's what we need to build houses with. It's not something that should be such a crazy idea, because this is done. This is done with other industries. It's done with cars. This is all standard stuff. If we can just fix the problems that made that not work for housing, we can implement it with housing. Our product cost is going to be so low, it's going to be a no-brainer for anyone who wants to build anything. They have to use the Boxable. Why would they do it the other way? Why would they wait so long? to build? Why would they spend so much money? The goal of the company is to have the lowest cost housing solution ever done. So yeah, here it is, trailer. Towed by a pickup truck, not a big rig, another cost reduction. And you might have seen a funny video we did where we actually put 4 Casitas on 4 trailers, hooked them all up, and towed them with the Tesla. I don't know exactly how many units we've made so far, but this one says 339. So we're at least 339. I don't know if we hit 400 yet, but it's good. I mean, we've been here 18 months. We have a brand new product, a brand new manufacturing method, scaled up from absolutely nothing, and we've built hundreds of houses. The way we're doing Boxable is we're going big, we're going nuts. We've also leveraged social media to draw interest. We've raised money through crowdfunding so that people can go and invest in the company on our website, and we've attracted a huge wait list of people. The wait list is so big that some people are mad that they can't even get the product fast enough, which is a pretty good problem for a new company to have, that people are mad they can't get your product fast enough. I'll also mention, I suggest that everyone checks out our social media, checks out the website. If you want to book a tour, book a tour. If you are interested in working for Boxable, we're hiring. We're trying to get the most amazing people from all around the country. So please check that all out on our website. Our investment offering is currently open to accredited investors in the US and all Canadian investors in Canada as well. You can learn more about all that on our website. Please look at our other videos on YouTube. We also have our audited financial statements published. We have our SEC filings. We try to be super transparent with everything we're doing at the company. I'm always doing interviews with people. I'm always responding online. I would really suggest the Boxable Facebook Boxable Investors Group. That's a great resource for all kind of general questions. We've got a huge community there with over 20,000 people. Yeah, email us, hello@Boxable, if you have any questions. And here's something else that's pretty cool. One final note, you see how we've actually stacked these stories, these houses 2 stories. So when you're talking about inefficiency and innovation, there is just like so much action going on here. So thank you for watching, and now we'll cut over to
So, some people may have seen us drop the car on top of the house and do some other weird things as well. So if you have any ideas for new videos that both are weird and entertaining and show how amazing the house is or how strong it is, let us know in the comments, and I'll do the weirdest things that end up in the comments. I'll do them. So give me your ideas.